Any fool can criticize, curse and complain, but it takes character and self-control to understand and forgive. Don't be afraid of the enemy who attacks you. Be afraid of friends who flatter you. Do the thing you're afraid of and keep doing it. It's the quickest and surest way ever discovered to conquer fear. Act as if you are already happy, and that tends to make you happy. Today is our most prized possession. This is the only thing we have for sure. We all photograph magical garden roses in the mood instead of enjoying the roses blooming outside our windows today. Fear not those who argue, but those who shy away. For better or for worse, you must play your own instrument in the orchestra of life. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Many people think that if they were somewhere else, or had another job, they would be happy. Yes, that's dubious. So, get as much happiness as possible from what you do and don't put off happiness until later. Be more concerned with character than with your reputation, for character is who you are, while reputation is only what others think of you. Only the knowledge that is used sticks in your mind. If you are not in the process of becoming who you want to be, you automatically engage in becoming who you don't want to be. When we hate our enemies, we give them power over us, power over our sleep, our appetites, our blood pressure, our health, and our happiness. Take a chance. All life is chance. The one who goes the farthest is usually the one who is willing to do it and dares. The person who begs for external applause has happiness determined by others. When dealing with people, remember that you are not dealing with logical beings, but with beings filled with harmony and motivated by pride and arrogance. Our fatigue is often caused not by work, but by worry, frustration, and resentment. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to interest other people. Knowledge is not power until it is applied. Act enthusiastically and you will be enthusiastic. Remember that happiness does not depend on who you are or what you have, it just depends on what you think. Are you bored with life? Then throw yourself into a job you believe in with all your heart. Live for it, die for it, and you will find happiness you thought could never be yours. Even God doesn't praise a person until his last days. Why should you and I do that? Take success from failure. Decision and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. Don't be afraid to give your best for what seems like a small job. Every time you defeat him, it makes you much stronger. If you do small jobs well, big ones will tend to be well done too. Everyone has fear, but he who is brave puts down fear and advances, sometimes to death, but always to victory. Feeling sorry for yourself, and the state you are in, is not only a waste of energy but the worst habit you can possibly have. You never achieve success unless you love what you are doing. Happiness does not depend on external conditions, it is determined by our mental attitude. Most of the important things in the world are accomplished by people who keep trying when there seems to be no hope at all. Talk to someone about themselves and they will listen for hours. You can conquer almost any fear just by deciding to do it. To remember, fear is nowhere but in the mind. To be interesting, be interested. You can't win a fight. You can't, because if you lose, you lose, and if you win, you still lose. Did the hard work first. Easy jobs will be ruined too. First ask yourself, what is the worst thing that could happen? Then prepare to receive it. Then proceed to improve on the worst. Most of us have far more courage than we ever dreamed possible. Tell the audience what you are going to say. Then tell them what you have said. Remember, today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. There are 4 ways, and only 4 ways, in which we have contact with the world. We are evaluated and classified by these 4 contacts: what we do, how we look, what we say, and how we say it. Trying honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Criticism is dangerous, because it wounds a person's destruction, wounds feelings of importance and gives rise to hatred. Actions speak louder than words, and a smile says, "I like you. You make me happy. I'm glad to see you." Every nation feels superior to other nations. It breeds patriotism and war. Be sympathetic to the ideas and desires of others. Fear resides nowhere but in the mind. There are always 3 types of greetings that you give: what you practice, what you give, and what you hope to give. fire enthusiasm, backed by feeling and persistence, is a quality that often leads to success. It is not what you have or who you are or where you are or what you do that makes you happy or unhappy. It all depends on what you think. Have a desire to understand others. He who can do this owns the whole world. He who cannot walk alone. Name is the sweetest, most important sound in any language. Instead of feeling guilty about what people say about you, why not spend some time trying to achieve something they admire? The essence of all art is to derive pleasure from giving pleasure. Action seems to follow feeling, but actually action and feeling go together, and by regulating action, which is under the control of desire, we can indirectly regulate feelings, which are not under the control of desire. If some people are so hungry for importance that they literally go crazy to get it, imagine what miracles you and I can accomplish by rewarding honest people on this side. You can measure a person by what makes him angry.